just let me check it again in order to be sure. Okay, so of course, we need to start. Let me share the screen so that we can check together. Okay, well, okay, as I can see, we need to start from page 20. Yeah?
Yes.
No, of course, no, 17. I'm sorry. 17. Yeah, I think this one. Yeah, okay, so first of all, let's talk about modals. Of course, you know, this is a, structure and product grammar that it's not bad to get familiar with. Okay, so let's talk about this part. Then we keep going with the rest of our reading and vocab. Okay, well, must, have to, need, or needn't. You may know must and have to, and of course you use them. They're modal verbs that we normally use while speaking, while writing, but there is something extra that today you will learn that is needn't. Of course, we use needn't when it comes to negative form of mustn't, or for example, don't have to. So let's discuss them one by one. First of all, a comparison. Actually, we have a comparison between must and have to. First of all, must. When the speaker think it is necessary, it means I think. As a speaker, I think something is necessary. I use must. This is something like personal opinion. Okay, and of course, we know that must, because must actually is a really strong modal. We normally use this for obligations. Something like rules and obligations, we use must. But look here, now we're talking about the difference between must and have to. So first of all, you need to know that we use must and have to for obligations. So obligations means something like rules. Okay, so but when the speaker thinks it's necessary to do something, we use must. For example, I say, teacher, you must complete the essay by Friday. This is my opinion, and I say you must. This is actually something that I want you do. But if you want to express, if you want to talk about something that I said before, you use have to. We have to complete the essay by Friday because teacher said. So if I say the speaker thinks that something is essential, something that is important, we use must. I say you must go out. This is something that I think as a speaker, but you say I have to go out because teacher asked me. So this is the difference between must and have to. And actually, as you know, here using these two examples, we realize that teacher has given us the obligation or instruction, something that we need to do. So we use must or have to. And of course, if you want to talk about past, you use had to for both form, must and have to. So we don't have past form of must, so we need to use had to for both of them. And have to is more common than must in question. So normally we don't make question using must. We use do you have to, or when do you have to finish the report. So we don't use must for question. Okay, of course, for negative you can use both mustn't and don't have to, but there are some differences between must, mustn't, don't have to, and of course we have needn't. So let's learn them. So we learned something about positive or affirmative form and use of must and have to. Now negative. As I told you, must is used when you want to express that something is necessary. And mustn't, okay, is used to express that something that is necessary not to do something. Okay, for example, you mustn't do something. It's necessary that you don't do it. Okay, so you don't do this. This is essential. Mustn't. And we have another one that is needn't, as you can see. Okay, don't worry about it. I will send these two for you, so it's okay. Do you want me to share it now if you want to have this?
Yes, I have. I want to have.
Okay, so just give me a moment to share. If I can find it, of course, it takes time. Just give me a moment. Okay.
In fact, I have one, but I think maybe this is more
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 fruitful.
more
Of course,
helpful.
just give me a moment to find the files to share. Okay, I hope I can find it. Okay, I have lots of things here. This one. And
Yeah, thank you.
you're welcome. And another one, just give me a moment to share another one. Okay. Well, where are you? Search. Okay, and this one. Well, okay. Well, so let's keep going. Okay, so needn't. Actually, this is really common to use needn't. Okay, when you say you needn't do something, it means it's no necessary to do it, but you can do it if you like. For example, oh, you needn't to cook. It means it's something that, okay, it's okay if you don't cook, but it's, if you want, you can do this. Okay, and we have needn't and have done. Okay, so let me say something. I think it's going to rain. I'll take the umbrella. I needn't have brought the umbrella. So something you did, but it was not necessary. So needn't have done. Needn't plus have plus past participle. I needn't have brought the umbrella. It means something that you did, but it was not necessary. Okay, for example, I needn't have eaten. Actually, I was full. Something that I did, but it wasn't necessary. So you can say needn't plus have plus past participle. Didn't need to is somehow like needn't. It was not necessary to do, but it doesn't matter if you do this. So it's something like needn't. Instead of don't need to, you can say needn't. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, so of course we don't have needn't in your book, but it's okay. You can learn it. It's not bad to learn it. So you only have should, must, mustn't. And we have another one. Let me close this one. Okay. We have should. As you know, we use should to give advice, to make recommendations. So if you want to recommend, if you want to suggest, if you want to actually give advice, you use should. It means there is no force, there is no obligation. We only give some advice to people. Okay, so we can use should. And you know, after all modal verbs, we have base form of verb. Ber infinitive, infinitive without to. Okay? Well, let's get started. Okay, so as you can see, has to, need to, okay, don't have to, don't need to, must not. Okay, we have all of them here. Okay, so, well, as you can see, we use should or shouldn't to say that it's good or a bad idea. As I told you, something like giving advice, recommendation. Okay, and the side has to work, something like have to, has to, you know, and need to, there is no rule, there is no obligation, but it's not bad to do something. Don't have to, negative, don't need to, of course you don't need, it means there is no force, and must, obligation and rules, and but mustn't is not the same as don't have to. You know this. You use mustn't to say that somebody is not allowed. You know, as I told you, the speaker's opinion. This is the rule that I say, okay? And you mustn't use the internet because I say, okay, as a speaker, but don't use the internet at work for personal purpose. Okay, so there is all thing that you know, actually this is all you need to know about modal verbs here for now. Of course, we have different uses, all the uses that we'll discuss later. Well, so, you must be 18 or over. Would you read these rules, an online book club, then answer the questions? Okay, would you read them and answer them?
Yes. So you must be 18 or over. You shouldn't give your password to anyone. You don't have to buy every month. You don't have to buy our recommendations. You need to buy 10 books per year. You don't have to pay after each purchase. You must pay within 3 months.
Okay.
So first question is, can you join if you are 17? And the question as the answer is no. Can you give your password to a friend if you want to? Yes.
Of course, you know, can you give your password to a friend if you want to? Of course, because of shouldn't, you can say yes, you know, we can, but it's not good. It's not right to do this. But, you know, it's something like, you know, okay, so we can do this, but it's not good. You know, it's not acceptable. So, okay, the next one.
Is necessary to buy a book every month? Yes. No.
No,
No.
of course.
It isn't. You needn't to buy every month.
Very good, very good. Okay, number 4.
Is necessary to buy the recommendation. So I think no, it isn't. You needn't. You needn't to buy.
Of course, you needn't. You don't need to. You don't have to, of course. Yeah.
And can you buy only 5 books per year? Yes, you can. You should. No, sorry, only. Yes, you can, but you should buy 10 books per year.
So can you buy, because we have, actually you need to buy 10 books per year. So this is something essential. You need to, you know,
Need
it's
or
something like you have to. When you say you need to do, it's something that you need to do this. It's something like that is essential. But if you don't do this, no one kills you. So it's okay. But when you say, it means, can you buy only 5 books? No, because we need to. Maybe this is a rule. Of course, if we don't follow this rule, it's okay. But say yes, okay. And so no is for 5.
needs and need and should, right?
Yeah. Should is
Okay.
different. Should is different from need to. You know, should is something like it's okay. If you don't do this, it's okay. But need to is
Okay.
something like we have some rules that apply for maybe different parts, different sections. You need to follow these rules. But if you don't do this, you won't be fired. It's okay. Okay. But about must, you know, we have maybe some obligations that you have to, you must follow. But need, if I want to say, maybe if I want to clarify it, I say need to is maybe stronger than should. Okay. Between something like
Yeah.
have to, but a little weaker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to pay after each purchase. Don't have to pay. Uh, it is necessary to pay after each purchase. No, it isn't.
Of course.
You needn't to pay after
You
each.
know, but here we have you don't have to. Don't have to means actually stronger than needn't. You know, so it's better to say you don't have to pay after each purchase. You needn't is okay. It means okay, so if you pay, it's okay. You needn't, so no. But don't have to a bit stronger.
Sure. So it means you have to pay? No, no.
No, no, of course you don't have to pay. You don't need to. You don't have to pay, of course. And 7.
It's necessary to pay within 3 months. Yes, it isn't.
Very good.
Yes.
It's necessary. Yes. Very good. Well, now we have some sentences, okay, here in the left column. And of course, we have some alternatives, suitable endings in the right column. So we need to match them. Okay. First one, it's getting late, so we have to go.
Yeah. I can work from home. So I don't have to go into the office much.
Very good.
And I've been transferred to Madrid. So I have to learn some Spanish.
Great.
This year is too important to lose. So, so you You must not forget to back up the file. No. So we must not make a mistake.
Of course. Very good.
We lost our database once before, so you must not forget to back up the file.
Excellent.
I'm afraid this report is urgent, so you will have to stay and finish it.
Very good.
I think we are all in agreement, so we don't need to discuss it any further.
Very good. Of course.
And
That's
we still got plenty of stock in the warehouse, so we don't need to order anymore yet.
very good. That's great. So, well, now you know the uses of actually modal verbs. Okay, so you know the differences between modal verbs. Well, let's keep going. Okay, well, so let's talk about this word. Okay, so of course we don't have two groups, so we are two people, so A and B, and something like, you know, some negotiating tips. We have some negotiating tips here. Okay, and we can say each group agrees on the 5 most important negotiating tips on the list. Then form new groups with members from group. Okay, so we agree on a single list. Okay, so we have the first, be friendly, okay, reaching agreements. So there are some tips. Okay, so let's discuss with negotiate. Okay, be friendly, have clear aims, tell the other side what you want, listen carefully, pay attention to the other side's body language, don't change your plan during the meeting, and never be the first to make an offer. Okay, so tell me, if you want to reach an agreement, okay, so which one do you agree? Which one can be maybe more fruitful than the others? And which one you think, no, it's not essential? And try to use need to, have to, must, should, or maybe negative forms.
Um, you means yeah, can you repeat?
Of
I'm
course,
still
of
thinking.
course. As you can see, we have some tips here,
Yeah,
okay? And
yeah.
you can see them. Well, we're going to discuss. You want to reach an agreement with a company, okay? And there are some tips that can help you to reach your aim, okay? Which one you think is fruitful, is useful? Which one you think is so, not really essential? Which one is not necessary?
Okay.
I want you to talk about, discuss them using modal verbs.
Uh, yeah. To me, I think uh, some tip is very useful for negotiate, like listen carefully, pay
Mhm.
attention to other side body language. Don't change your plan during the meeting.
Mhm.
And I think so like be friendly.
So you don't need to be friendly, you know, really friendly, you think? Or you should.
Um, because I think when we at the we as negotiating uh, mm, even and we need, how to say, of course be friendly is maybe help us um, to make good emotion to talk and negotiate. But I mean, sometimes we just need to be professional, professional,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, professional, and we tell them about. Um, we listen them carefully. We never change. We don't change our plan during the meeting, and we mm, tell the other side what you want.
So
Like
we need to tell the other side what you want. We need
yeah,
to actually the aim, the purpose of this task is to use modal verbs. So for example, we don't need to, we should, we must. Okay, so it's not about to use some modal verbs. So you think that we need to, we should, or I think we have to tell the other side what we want because we need to clarify everything. And
ah okay. Now I know your question. You mean it's like what uh, our need have to and should, right?
of course, yeah, I mean you use
Okay.
modal verbs like must, have to, should, and need, or maybe negative forms. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I think we should be friendly,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, we we need we we have to we need have clear aims,
Mm-hmm. We need to have, of course.
and uh, we should
Mm-hmm.
tell the other side what you want,
Of course.
and we have to listen carefully,
That's it. Of course.
and we should pay attention to the other side body language,
Mm-hmm. Of course.
and we need um, we we have uh, to we don't we don't change our plan during the meeting.
So
Don't
we don't have to. We
don't
don't have to.
Yeah, don't have to.
Of course.
And we needn't be
Mm-hmm.
the first to make an offer.
Of course, and when we see this word never, this adverb frequency actually shows the person zero. So we say we never be the first, it means we mustn't. We mustn't be the first to make an offer. So never. It means that don't do this.
Oh,
Don't make an offer at first. So it's better to use something like mustn't. A
oh,
mustn't, okay. Well, okay. Now, we have a listening section. You will hear 3 parts of a negotiation between some managers and then, of course, manager and website designer. So listen to each part and complete the chart. Okay. Well, let's listen. Just give me moments to share the audio. Okay. So which one can be? I hope I can find it. Okay, correctly. 2425. Okay, so this one?
D.
I've had this briefcase for...
No. Let me check.
CD2. Unit 7. Marketing.
Unit 7, so it's not this one.
Recording 2.2.
Okay, 2.4.
What do you think are the...
Recording 2.4.
Let's talk about the time for setting up the website. We want it in a month's time. That's the end of July.
It's a bit early. I was hoping to have 2 months to do the job. If I finish in 1 month, will you agree to reduce the number of pages?
Yes, that's no problem. Just do the best you can. Our priority is to have the website up and running as soon as possible.
Okay then. Agreed.
Okay, the next one, 25.
Recording 2.5.
Now, about payment. You want to charge us $50 an hour. That works out at $400 a day, I believe.
Yes, that's the normal fee for the job.
Well, we'd prefer to pay you a fixed amount for the work. We can offer you $6,000.
I see. Do you mind if I ask you why you want to pay that way?
Well, you see, that way we can control the cost of the project. If we pay you per hour, the cost could become high. It could get out of control. This way we know where we stand.
I see. $6,000. That could be all right, I suppose. As long as I get some money in advance. How about paying me half when I start the work and half at the end?
Yes, I think we could arrange that. Okay, I agree to that.
Okay, and the last one.
Recording 2.6.
Now, the design of the website. Will we have book covers on it?
Absolutely. I'd like to display a large number of book covers on every page. They'd really attract people's attention. What do you think?
It's a bit too much, I'd say. A lot of pictures take too long to download. I prefer one big image. How about that?
I don't know. People like to see the book covers. It draws them into the website, believe me.
Maybe you're right. How about 2 covers per page, then?
Okay, that sounds reasonable. Now, what else do we need to discuss before you get started?
Okay, well, the first one, what Michelle wants, okay, payment terms and website design. Okay, now what designer wants and what they agree. So, schedule for setting up the website.
Schedule for setting up the website. Michelle wants a month and of July, but the designer wants 2 months. And they agree that the designers can do with the best. The hits he tries bad, but it's not fixed.
So,
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, one side want to be done in a month. One side propose 2 months, but after that they agree that they can do. They can try their best.
So they agreed on 1 month, but fewer pages. Fewer pages, but 1 month. Yeah.
Yes.
And Michelle actually offered 1 month by the end. It means until the end of July. Yeah. Okay, the second one, so payment terms, fixed amounts, and what the designer wants.
The designer wants I heard that he think about he think $6 maybe can maybe, but he want to pay a half first and a half after the website finishes.
Yeah, of course. So, fixed amount, of course, is $6,000, but, designer wants to get $50 per hour, but they agreed on actually 6,000, but half in advance, of course. Very good. And website design.
I heard Michelle wants a large number.
Okay.
Wait. But the designers one the designer thing is too much. One page too much to cover too much cover I'm not sure about this part. I mean,
you heard a large number of covers on every page. So you heard a large number of covers on every page. And what designer wants?
the designer said that it's too much, and he said one cover one cover on one page.
Yeah, of course, one big image. Of course, you're right, Designer wants one big image. Okay, of course, very good. And finally, they agreed on 2 covers per page. Okay, that was great. Well, Now, we need to fill in the blanks. We need to complete the conversation using actually the words that we hear during the listening. So I play it again and you listen carefully and try to fill in the blanks using the words that you hear. Okay? 2, 4.
Let's talk about the time for setting up the website. We want it in a month's time. That's the end of July.
It's a bit early. I was hoping to have 2 months to do the job. If I finish in 1 month, will you agree to reduce the number of pages?
Yes, that's no problem. Just do the best you can. Our priority is to have the website up and running as soon as possible.
Okay then. Agreed.
Well, the first one, let's complete this.
Michelle says, yes, that's no problem. Just do the best you can. Our priority.
Very good.
The second is priority. And okay, then I agree.
Okay, then I agree. No, agreed. It means
Agreed,
it's
yeah.
okay. Okay, agreed. We made a deal. Okay, parts 2 to 5.
Recording 2.5.
Now, about payment. You want to charge us $50 an hour. That works out at $400 a day, I believe.
Yes, that's the normal fee for the job.
Well, we'd prefer to pay you a fixed amount for the work. We can offer you $6,000.
I see. Do you mind if I ask you why you want to pay that way?
Well, you see, that way we can control the cost of the project. If we pay you per hour, the cost could become high. It could get out of control. This way we know where we stand.
I see. $6,000. That could be all right, I suppose, as long as I get some money in advance. How about paying me half when I start the work and half at the end?
Yes, I think we could arrange that. Okay, I agree to that.
Well, the second one, number 4.
Number 4 is normal fee.
Very good. Normal fee. And number 5, we can,
We prefer.
yeah, of course, we prefer. Very good. 6.
Offer.
Very good. 7.
Might ask you, do you mind? I do.
Do you mind if I? Do you mind if I ask you? Why you want to? Okay, just let me say something before you keep going. Just this is really important. We have do you mind or would you mind? We normally ask, for example, would you mind if I cancel the class? Yeah, and what's the answer? Do you know? For example, I say, do you mind if I cancel the class? What do you answer? How?
Don't mind.
Yeah, excellent. You need to say, because most of students think that they need to say yes. You know, for example, say, do you mind or would you mind if I cancel the class? They say, yes, it's okay. You need to say no. No, I don't. No, I wouldn't. Okay, so that was really good. Great. Excellent. Okay, 8.
As long as.
Very good. As long as I get some money in advance. And 9.
Uh, nice. Could you? Could you?
How about paying me
How
half
about?
when I start the work and half at the end?
Yeah. How about? Yeah. I forgot, and I just guessed.
It's okay. That was good guess. Okay, so the last one, number 10, I
Agree.
think we could average that. Agree to, of course, I agree to. Okay, well, the last part. Listen to the third part of the conversation and note down all the expression for agreeing and disagreeing. Decide whether they express strong, polite, or hesitant. Hesitant means uncertain. Agreements or disagreements? Well, let's listen to the last part.
Recording 2.6.
Now, the design of the website. Will we have book covers on it?
Absolutely. I'd like to display a large number of book covers on every page. They'd really attract people's attention. What do you think?
It's a bit too much, I'd say. A lot of pictures take too long to download. I prefer one big image. How about that?
I don't know. People like to see the book covers. It draws them into the website, believe me.
Maybe you're right. How about 2 covers per page, then?
Okay, that sounds reasonable. Now, what else do we need to discuss before you get started?
Okay, well, so the first one, what did you hear? And so there, actually, you heard some expressions like absolutely or, something like this. And you need to tell me first, tell me maybe the expressions that you heard and then decide whether they're strong or polite or maybe hesitant agreements.
Yes, but first I need to listen again because now I just know I just understand the request.
Of
Yeah,
course, of
I
course,
think
it's okay.
I usually take my time to understand the request. Request.
Ah, I know. Okay, it's okay. So first of all, you need to hear the words. Like, for example, absolutely, I do agree. I don't know. So something like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Recording 2.6.
Now, the design of the website. Will we have book covers on it?
Absolutely. I'd like to display a large number of book covers on every page. They'd really attract people's attention. What do you think?
It's a bit too much, I'd say. A lot of pictures take too long to download. I prefer one big image. How about that?
I don't know. People like to see the book covers. It draws them into the website, believe me.
Maybe you're right. How about 2 covers per page, then?
Okay, that sounds reasonable. Now, what else do we need to discuss before you get started?
well, so the first one,
Yeah, first I heard that absolutely. It means very
absolutely
strong.
strong, very good. The second thing that you heard,
The second thing I heard about prefer and how about
How about no? First, of course, you're right, but you said, you heard it's a bit too much. It's a bit too much. Actually, it's a polite agreement. It means, it's I disagree, but in a polite way. So it's a polite disagreement. It's a bit too much. And then
Since he gives his opinion. Like I prefer, and how about he and she?
Yeah, but they are not, actually they are not the expressions that we say to express agreement or disagreement. How about is used to give another alternative, the second maybe alternative or suggestion. So how about this, okay? But for actually expressing our disagreement or agreement, we need to use some phrases like, I don't know, you're right, but actually, I'm not with you. Okay, so, or for example, you're definitely right, absolutely. These are the expressions that we use to express our agreement or disagreement with something. But how about is used to give the second alternative? It means I want to give you another alternative. How about, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, we have Michelle who said,
Maybe.
yeah, she said this one. We call them in English, we call them fillers. It means I need to take time to think of something. For example, especially in IELTS speaking, we have these fillers. For example, it means we are not sure. So I don't know. It means I'm not sure. So this is
Okay.
yeah,
It's
hesitant
agreement.
disagreement, of course, because she said I don't know. I don't know. It means this one is hesitant disagreement. And after that,
And it's about she says I know he says okay, it's reasonable. Like
of course, that sounds reasonable. That sounds reasonable. Okay, and before that, oh, just tell me, is it polite agreement or hesitant agreement? What was that?
it's hesitant agreement.
This is polite agreement. Hesitant is something like, I don't know, I'm not sure. Something that, something when you're not sure. Something like doubt, you have doubt, or something is uncertain. Say, I don't know, I'm not sure, I don't think so. They are hesitant agreement or disagreement, for example. But when I say that sounds reasonable, it means agree and polite agreement. That sounds, yeah, of course. And before this phrase, you heard, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Designer said, maybe you're right. Okay, so what is this?
It's polite.
This one is hesitant. This one is hesitant. Because we have maybe. Maybe we are not sure. Any word that expresses something like that expresses that you're not sure or you're uncertain, something like maybe, or fillers, or something like they're hesitant, doubted, hesitant, uncertain, agreement or disagreement. Now here we have maybe you're right. It means I'm not sure. Maybe you're right. So this is hesitant, agreement, because he said right, you're right, so agreement. But about polite agreement, sounds great, Yeah, it's good. For example, I do agree. So something like this. Okay?
Okay.
Get it?
Get it. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, just, look at this word, actually, a useful language. You know this, we'll learn, of course, we've discussed this. Useful phrases. You can use them. Wait, prefer to pay you a fixed amount, rejecting suggestion. I'd prefer to. You can use it to reject, for example, a suggestion. Stating aims, we normally, if you want to say something, we don't say I won't. We say I would like to have, I would like to do, I would like to go. Okay. We must have delivery by the end of. Okay, so actually you can state your aims using these phrases. We would like, we must. Okay.
Yeah.
Making, of course, we have bargaining here. Okay, so the other one that how about, as I told you, we use it for giving alternative. So that is really important to actually use some phrases. Second, how about, what do you think? Okay, and okay, just this. So we have another one that is focusing on the discussion. Okay. And let's talk about the time for setting up the website. Of course, let's talk. When you want to focus on discussion, normally say, let's talk. Let's get started. Okay. Let's get started. Let's talk and something like this. Okay. And the last one, making concession. If I have to finish in 1 month, I'll need to have an extra designer. That could be all right as long as I get some money in advance. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. Well, so do you have any questions, any issues related to this part? Of course, you can start at this part that we'll learn before, try to use them. But if you have any questions, any issues related to this part, I can answer. But I can't hear you.
Yeah, I mean,
I
my
can't hear you.
yeah.
Okay,
No question for today. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Very good. So have a great night and see you
Yeah.
next session.
Thank you.
Oh, well, just let me say something. Just let me stop recording. Okay, just about our makeup session, because you asked me to hold a makeup session. So